What are we talking about today, man? What is this? Have we decided what this podcast is? This is geek things, but mostly Disney geek thing. What do we do?
Okay, so do we want to have this discussion?
Yeah, I mean, don't you think if anybody at all in the planet listens to this, don't you think they ought to know what they're getting into?
Yeah, no, I do. I do.
Right. What is this? This is your brainchild.
What I'm thinking is this. It's a Disney show. And, we have some tech and photography and car racing and all things that interest us. But maybe we could...
You going to keep saying ums? Or are you going to edit those
do the Disney portion first and then talk
segments.
about all the fun stuff after that.
Well, if the Disney stuff isn't the fun stuff, then what's the point of the show?
No, it is.
Is this even a show?
Fun.
In the 21st century, these are shows.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
What would you call it?
So bottom line is you and we're a couple of nerds. We like nerdy things.
Yes.
And Disney happens to be one of them. It's because of Disney you and I actually became friends, right?
That's right.
And we've been stuck together for quite a while after that.
I know, and
right.
Curse Disney every day.
All right.
Okay.
It's mostly, and that's why you moved so far away.
That's right.
Now it all makes sense to me.
See?
But Chris, come do a podcast. So, okay. So it's all right. So it's the top of the show. We're going to do some Disney things.
Yeah.
Is there going to be like bumper music? Like the Disney, like something obnoxious like the...
Obviously somebody has not
the light parade?
Obviously somebody's not listened to the first episode.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So yes, there will be some audio cues.
Nice. Okay.
Did you really entry?
I kind of skipped through. I guess I missed.
And
that.
the exit.
Oh man.
And maybe for the middle. So.
Oh, you're all pro. All right. I should.
Oh, I don't know.
I should
about
probably
that,
pony up some effort towards this. So.
No, but I mean, listening to it.
I heard
be
it.
A good first
I heard it the first time through.
Yeah, that's true. It is tough to listen.
Did you put the apology in the beginning of the first one for my poor audio, my scratchy mic?
No.
Hopefully people hear the difference now if they actually get to the second one.
You know what I think the first episode is going to be? I think it's going to be a collector's edition that we're not going to release until maybe like 100 episodes in. We'll finally be like, okay, here's episode 1.
Yeah, maybe. Or just never.
Right, exactly.
All right. So here's episode... Actually, that's probably episode 0, right? Because we're a couple of nerds.
That's awesome. Yes.
Okay.
Episode 0.
Episode 0. All right. So welcome to episode 1. Really episode 2. But here we are with our better mics.
Yes.
And our Skype recording.
Hopefully.
All right, Disney. So what are we going to talk about with Disney this week? What great things are happening at the Mouse?
All right. Well, so... I shared with you a few days ago, right? A website that had aerial photos of the construction or the demolition, really, at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Yep. And you and I, after we spent 3 hours figuring out how they possibly took those photos, then we talked about what that means for the park, right? So,
exactly.
And I think you and I have slightly different positions on this, but so
a little bit. And so that's what we're going to talk about, I think. So it was at WDW News Today, where we saw these photos, and so it really hit me in a weird way when I saw these photos. And the one that did it is seeing the photo of the
don't say stunt club. Don't say stunt.
The what?
Don't say stunt show. Don't say stunt show.
No, not the stunt show.
Oh,
I couldn't care less about that. Oh my god, I hate it. No, I miss the residential street. I cried when that left.
Yeah.
No, the water tank at the start. At the start of the studio tour.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the last iteration of the studio tour, I should say.
Right.
Because
See,
I mean,
Disney
that
nerd.
was from the beginning, right? I mean, that was always there. And when I was in 1990 when we went on a trip, my dad got picked to go and put on the raincoat and go in there and all that, and he had a blast and we had a blast. It was a lot of fun, and so seeing that being demolished, it's like it just hit me, man.
Okay. Yeah, and see, I didn't know that. So, okay, that makes more sense. Because I've actually been kind of surprised because, what's coming. Now, granted, I know you've got lots of thoughts about the Pixar land, which kind of surprised me because, you being a longtime fan of Pixar, it kind of surprised me. You seem somewhat dubious of that. But I mean, Star Wars land. I mean, come on. A couple of nerds were going to get a land for Star Wars. We talked about this for years, literally, right? I mean, we said, wouldn't it be great if they just cleared out that old section and, put in some great Star Wars stuff? And so it's like, to Star Wars Disney nerd fans, it seems like a dream come true, but...
It does. And I am looking forward to that. It's just that, you have to take out so much to put that in. Yeah. And look, I'll be honest. Disney Hollywood Studios is not what it started out to be, right? It started out to be, Eisner, thought up the idea to
a working studio, right?
Right, to combat Universal's entry and try to beat them, and did beat them and everything else. And so the easiest thing for them to do was just try to make a working studio and put a couple attractions there.
Right.
So, I mean, that's long gone. And so, New York Street used to go down in the tram and see where they made the well, I forget the name of the movie with Bette Midler in it. With was it The Subway or no? What was it called?
I don't know.
The Audition or.
I'll
have to look that up.
Later.
Yeah, put it in the show notes.
The show notes. Some movie that nobody ever saw, but
But at first you couldn't even walk down New York Street, and
is that right?
You just took the tram, and that was the closest you could get, and they would point out, oh, that's where that was filmed, and so it and then they finally let you walk down the street, and but you still couldn't walk down Residential Street. Except for during Christmas time when they had the Osborne lights, because that's originally what they had the Osborne lights on.
Right, and that is my only real emotional attachment to really anything at the studios, because we moved down here in 2000, and I didn't really spend too much time at the studios before that. But it was when we moved down here in 2000, and starting in that Christmas, because it was the first time we'd never been down in Orlando at Christmas time before. So it was sort of the first time that, now we live here, now we can partake of all the year-round festivities, and it was so much fun to go and pretend it wasn't 90 degrees and pretend you wanted the hot chocolate and walk down that street. And it was great, and it was so sad when they brought in the stunt show, and then the Osborne lights moved to the streets of America. But it was still great for us. It's still that became our one of our biggest Christmas traditions, was going multiple times to go see that. And then we had our son, and he came to love it, and so that going away completely. And it's almost like for us, it doesn't matter where those lights were, whether it was. I mean, it was the best when it was on the actual street. The studio street, what was it called?
Residential Street.
Thank you, Residential Street. It was best when it was there because it was like real houses and it had that real feel to it. Second best was there, but I mean, if they would just move that somewhere else, I think it'd be less sad. But I was actually, the thing that I think made me most sad, because I didn't know was going to happen, was that they took the tower down, the Eiffel Tower. That was not. I didn't know they were going to do that, and it was like, I'm like, why? I still don't. I cannot understand why they would do that. That's an icon of the park that doesn't seem to hurt anything. It's not like, well, we're completely retheming the park so it can't be the icon anymore. There's no reason to not keep that.
Right.
And it's just a stupid water tower that I'm not even sure it actually held water. So couldn't they just put that somewhere else? I mean, why? Yeah. Do you know of any other background of why that had to go? I mean, obviously they're going to use that space, but it could have gone somewhere. I mean, there's still room places,
I don't know exactly why, but I believe it's because he's already said that Hollywood Studios is going to get a new name when in the near future.
Okay.
So my thought is that it's and some of the rumors and stuff. I think it's probably going to be like Disney's Hollywood Adventure, and
Okay.
I think in their eyes they thought that the water tower represented the studios too much, versus, I think they're trying to really get away from any backstage or back.
But that's so silly. I mean, if it's about Hollywood, no matter how it is, it's not going to be like, oh, suddenly this thing is about. Gosh, I can't even think of anything. Now it's the sports theme park. I mean, it's not going to change so drastically that it's still going to be about movies. So it's still a nod to Hollywood, and I mean, it's so easy to fit that into any kind of theming that you wanted out of it, and it's been the icon for it for so long. It just seems so silly. But
yeah, and I think that's the key is. What is going to be the icon if that's not?
No, that's a great point. I mean, think about that. What is the? Well, the hat's gone, so I guess it's not that.
Yeah, thank the good Lord up above.
Can we start a petition to bring that back? I miss that.
I will strangle
you. You want to get Glenn pissed? Just bring it back. Let's bring that back, and the big Epcot sign over Epcot, so you know where you are.
Both of those. That's awesome. That'd be great.
Anyway, so there's no. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. So there's no real.
There's no real icon for the studios anymore.
It should just be like a big pile of money, since like Star Wars and
it should be.
and Pixar and
because I do
all the things we bought here, the park of all the things we bought. They should just make it that.
And there's Marvel. Oh wait, we can't do that.
Well, they can't actually do that, right? They can't.
No.
They can't.
No, they can't.
Shh, don't tell Universal.
Right.
Oh, funny.
I will say that was one odd thing is walking through Universal and seeing, especially the merchandise, Spider-Man merchandise, and Captain America. It's like, wait a second, like this same stuff is being sold right down the road at Disney too.
No, it's not.
What do you mean?
That's Universal. No, it's not. Only this is where, if this were a comic book, there'd be a little asterisk and it would say "See Episode 0." So
right, exactly.
Okay,
but I do love I like walking into Hollywood Studios and seeing the Chinese theater at the end of the Hollywood Boulevard. That can't change. But it also can't be the icon because it's not Disney. It's not the original, right? So
it's also not Bolden. I mean, once you get in the park and you can see it down there, but it's not.
It's like Sleeping Beauty Castle at Disneyland. It's there. You can see it.
Wait, that's going to be episode 2 because that's we got a lot to talk about. Let's hopefully we have some West Coast listeners that we can offend over
Disneyland.
Anyway, so wow, that's interesting.
So it's kind of sad. I mean, like, what
and they can't really pick any one franchise, right? Because then it would. I mean, like if they pick, I don't know, put up 2 big double suns for Tatooine or something. I can't really do that because then, hey, we got Pixar. I don't know. That's a good point. Maybe it'll be just like clip art from like all the different things. Okay. So sad. It's coming down. You're more sad than I am. I'm just going to recap this so we can get it. So, change. Change is hard.
It is. It is.
Hopefully they do something good with it. I'm holding my breath for. I'm kind of ambivalent about the Pixar stuff. I mean, I like Pixar,
right?
But
it's
I like
Kiddie
Pixar when it was
Land.
Pixar. Is it? I don't even know what's planned.
Yeah, it's going to be Kiddie Land with like just off the shelf rides that are themed to.
Oh, really?
Toy Story.
That's disappointing.
So it's exactly. It's not because they have it in like Disneyland Paris and stuff, and it's like an amusement park. It's silly.
Oh.
So I'm not looking forward to.
So like kind of like the Dino area.
Kind of like that.
What a waste. All right, well then I will hold out hope for Star Wars that they do something somewhat decent there.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
And I know it won't be, but in my head I'm like thinking, if it would be Star Wars but just themed so completely like Harry Potter over at Universal, then that's all I really need. But it probably won't be that cool.
Probably not.
But I do like the what is the preview thing kind of called, the little mini Star Wars thing?
Oh yeah, the launch bay.
Yeah.
Star Wars launch bay.
You've seen that, right? I mean,
at Disneyland, yeah.
It's Disneyland.
But it's exactly
your new favorite park,
pretty much.
Is it the same?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the same displays and everything.
Okay, I liked it. I thought it was, and maybe it's just because I'm starving for anything at that point anyway, starting for anything, Star Wars that was good. Mm-hmm. I thought it was actually pretty well done. I thought it felt pretty immersive for what it was, knowing that it's just a preview, right? But
yeah,
I don't know.
I agree. We stood in line and saw Kylo Ren. He was good. He actually spoke. So it was pretty cool.
Did he sound like Kylo Ren, like the thing?
He did. Yeah, it was a recording.
Oh, really?
You couldn't have like a real conversation with him.
So how you doing? Pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I liked it, so I have hopes. I'm kind of like when Episode 7 came out. I'm keeping myself intentionally ignorant of what's coming with Star Wars Land. But now that you've drugged me into this thing, I probably won't be able to do that. But but I have high hopes. So, but
I hope so.
Rest in peace, Osborne Lights. It's getting especially hard because now, Labor Day, it's my favorite time of year. It is for so many people, right? But from Labor Day to New Year's Day, I just love this time.
It's
especially
the whole
now that
reason
I have kids.
to go through the rest of the year.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And that's why you get through March. But yeah. So I don't know. We're gonna have to have we're gonna have to develop new traditions because I don't know.
What I would love to see, is.
I know what
Epcot.
you're going to say. Yeah.
Light up the countries in Epcot. All of them. And have that as your Osborne Lights.
Yeah.
They took away the Lights of Winter leading into World Showcase for no reason.
Yeah.
So there's nothing there.
Yeah. And remember, you and I and our wives, I think it was before we had kids. Maybe you had one.
We had Megan.
Okay. I didn't want to say her name just in case. You had a child to be named later. It was not, I don't know why it seemed like they get rid of these things that are such nice touches that can't cost. I mean, sure, the Osborne Lights, but the thing at Epcot, whatever that Christmassy thing was called, was it couldn't have cost that much to put up a trellis with some lights that was hooked to an iPod. I mean, how hard could that have been?
Right. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Right. And that's what it wasn't for us. Like with the Osborne Lights, it wasn't because it was the Osborne Lights and the whole big deal about the Osborne family and their blah 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 and their neighbors hated them and because they were Richie Riches that had too many lights. But it was. Especially living in Florida, it was one of the things that could get us into Christmas spirit because it was all the light. It was just so dazzling to see all those lights, especially when they condensed it all onto the streets of America. It was just like you're in the middle of a Christmas tree, right? So, it's a shame to lose the thing at Epcot and you lose that. It's like where, other than paying for, here's another episode topic, other than paying for the complete waste of money that is the Christmas party spectacular, super duper, whatever that thing is now.
Right.
Which at one point was cool, but now not so much. Just like the Halloween one. I don't know. It's just so hard to find things that kind of have that same vibe to it. I'm holding out hope that they decide to bring Osborne back, and they can say, based on popular demand, now it's wherever Animal Kingdom. That would get me to Animal Kingdom if they do that.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. If
maybe the only thing to get me to Animal Kingdom at this point. Anyway.
All right. So,
well, I feel like we're leaving on a down note. So, hey, progress, right? Walt was all about progress, right? It's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow for the studios.
It's sad to see part of our memories leaving in a physical manner, but hopeful for the future.
All right. I like that. That's a good place to finish that.
So,
do we have anything else today? Was this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We have.
Gosh, the first time we talked for like 6 hours, and now I thought that was going to take. It was going to be longer. 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's good. You can edit this part out.
Oh, okay.
or
Thanks.
or
I'll
not.
have to listen to this whole thing again to find this part. But.
It's 25 minutes and 55 seconds.
Okay.
What else do we have? Wait, so is this still the Disney part of the show? What else we got? Because I got lots of rants about Disney. We could go on. Because my semi-ignorant stance on Disney lets me form a lot of opinions without a lot of fact.
There you go. It's okay, so I'm going to throw one at you.
It's never ending.
Ready?
All right.
You ready?
Yeah. Is this like it's like a game show from the 70s?
It is.
All right. What is it? Smack it to me now. Lay it on me. What was that thing? Sock it to me. That's the thing. Remember that show? All right, go. What's your thing? Hello.
Okay. So there is a rumor
Oh, dear.
that Disney will be building another DVC tower at the Contemporary.
Oh dear. I better take my medication.
Either a tower, or they'll renovate the South Wing to DVC or something. But that more DVC is coming to the Contemporary.
Well, I guess it kind of depends on how they do that, right? Mm-hmm. So do I get to rant on this one?
Go ahead.
How's this going to go?
Start.
All right, because I have a lot of feelings about DVC, which might be its own.
Well, we'll tackle DVC.
Well, how could I not? I mean, they kind of go together, right?
Well,
so
go ahead.
Oh, but I have such a hard time with the Contemporary. So, like we just talked a little bit about your feelings with the studios, right? I have loads of emotional baggage with the Contemporary, of the positive kind, right? So, the very first time I went to Disney World, that's where I stayed, and so that place blew my mind. And it was part of, the rest of the mind-blowing that happened, mostly with Epcot and the Contemporary, a little bit with the other stuff. So I was really kind of peeved when DVC didn't bother me too much when they put it up at the other less important places, but when they started messing with my Contemporary, then it started to get really, really itchy about it. I guess, what are they called? Bay Lake Towers or something? What's the first...
Yeah, the Bay Lake Tower.
Yeah, okay. When they put that up,
BLT.
Is that... I never thought about that. And they made it like it's practically the same height as the main tower. It's like if they just... I don't know. It's just like this big, obnoxious, muscle-bound dude coming in and messing up the party, right? It's like, I don't know. Just... And if we're going to get another one of those so that the original tower just becomes, yeah, I don't know what, like the lobby for the DVC members. I guess that'll be a rest area, maybe, perhaps. When they're a little tired, the DVC members, they can go there and chill out and desecrate the hallowed halls of my beloved Contemporary. So, yeah, that's my pretty neutral opinion about the DVC rumor. So, I don't know. What do you think?
So either where the South Tower is, or I just remembered the rumor was that, or it could go where the convention center is. They would take that out and build it there. Which, if you think about the layout,
oh my God, that would, depending on how high it is, it's like, where's the Contemporary? Is it?
You'd actually block.
Oh my God, Glenn.
Some rooms.
Oh, that can't be.
So,
how strong is this rumor? What is it? Did you make this up just to get me angry? Just to have material for the show?
I did not. I think I might have seen that on Mr. Bricker's website.
Well, I guess of the two, I'd rather, because, no offense to people that stayed at the wings. I guess that when you say the South, whatever, that's what you mean, the little, whatever, 2-3-story wing, 4-story, whatever that is.
Yes.
I don't know. I guess if that went, I never stayed there. I always stayed in the main tower. But I guess I'd be okay with that. I don't know. I guess. Ugh. DVC's just taking over all the resorts. It's just, ugh. But you want me to save that for another topic, so. All right. I don't know.
So,
but yet
let me throw my 2 cents in.
Okay, do it.
Similar to you, that was the first Disney hotel I stayed in. We actually went
I thought it was
to Orlando.
It was the Poly.
No, not at all.
Okay.
We our first trip was in '76, and we went 4 straight years. But we always stayed at the Howard Johnson's at the Turnpike in 192.
Good time.
But at that time, there was only like one red light on 192 before you hit Disney.
It's
so
changed
it wasn't
a little bit since then.
Yeah, you could drive there in 10-15 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So in 1979, though, we went to the Howard Johnson's.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad saw that there were rooms available at the Contemporary, and he was like, "Oh, let's splurge and stay there one night."
Nice.
And so we did, and it was awesome. I was 8 years old, and it was just awesome.
Yeah,
the greatest. So like you, I have an emotional attachment to the Contemporary. Yeah. No matter what anybody says, that's like the hotel that I think of.
Yep.
At Disney. The Poly's a close second, but.
Yep.
The Contemporary is definitely number one, and I would. It's going to kill me if they put another tower there for DVC. DVC is just kind of like
Don't say cancer. You'll piss off people. Don't say.
That's what I was going to say. And I said, well, I don't want to be that drastic.
It's like
dramatic, but it's definitely like a.
what else creeps and takes over?
Exactly. Just right.
It's
right.
like crabgrass. It's
okay. Like there you go. Like crabgrass. But so I would not be happy if they did that. I think the one tower at Contemporary is fine. Look at the Poly. You know,
I'm
with
surprised
the bungalows.
I don't. I mean, it's.
Well, no, I hate it.
If
but
it
what
had
am I
been
going
like
to do?
half the height,
it's there.
Like the one at the boardwalk, right? It's like this. It's not. It like fits in with the rest of it.
Sure.
And it's like, what is it? Catch the weight, whatever that thing is. Yeah, it just kind of fits in, and it's just part of it. But it's just that building at the Contemporary is just like, hey, I'm DVC,
Right.
and it's just like kind of obnoxious takeover to the whole thing. I don't know. I guess if I were DVC member, I would think differently, right? But
yeah, because I if I highly doubt it, but if my sister ever listened to this, she would disagree
Tiffany.
with me. Because
she
and her family are DVC members, and that's actually their home resort. So,
yeah. See, then I guess in that case, I'd be like, literally my second home is at the Contemporary. Like maybe I'd feel okay about that.
True.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So.
man, it's been this is like a downer episode 1, right? Talking about
well,
this change.
we're not done. We're not done.
Oh, I hope not, because who'd ever come back?
Right.
This is like the dingy bar with no lights and everybody just sitting around drinking, depressed, and like, Disney.
Well, you put it that way. I was gonna introduce our last topic.
Oh, okay. Hopefully it's something a little more uplifting.
Well, if Disney would give us some uplifting stuff, we could talk about some uplifting stuff.
Oh my gosh, there'd be a whole other topic. But I struggle with how much it is. Things have to move on, right? I mean, things have to progress, and
True.
Disney, like any other organization, just like our own home budgets or whatever, you only have so much to work with. Now, there's a lot of land there, but you only have so much you can actually work with, and expansions are expensive, and blah blah blah. So, at some point, you might have to make the tough decisions to say, things have to go. So we want the progress, but we don't want to lose the old, and that might just be too much to ask for. But I know we're not alone in that. In kind of that stance, but it's a hard line to walk. But anyway, so all right, what's the next topic?
Well,
lift me up.
Okay. All right. Well,
weekend's coming. Okay. I'm going to Disney this week. Did I tell you? Assuming the rain holds up. Okay. Yeah.
You did.
You were supposed to say.
Yeah, I know.
You were supposed to say no, so I could say it again. But
no. Wait. Oh, you said this weekend you're going? Oh no, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
I'm going this weekend.
Awesome.
Hey, good cover. Yeah, so it's the what is that thing you like? That parade that's going away? Is it MC?
Yeah,
More
so
progress?
that's the last topic.
Oh, is it? Oh, good. What a segue. I didn't even know. What a segue. Nice.
So my beloved Main Street Electrical Parade.
Yeah.
It's
visually.
It is glowing away.
No, oh my God, you didn't just say that.
October 9th, I think, is the last.
You didn't just say that.
What?
Oh my God. All right, go ahead.
So October 9th, I believe, is the last running of it.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna. It doesn't run on the nights that they have Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So it's not going to run every night until October 9th. So
good point.
Only select nights.
Good point. Okay. Well, that's what I'm going to go. We're going to go to the Magic Kingdom.
Cool.
My 5-year-old son has never seen a nighttime parade at the Magic Kingdom or the fireworks.
Wow,
even though he sees the fireworks from our home, but he's never seen them
All
at
right,
the park.
episode's over.
Have I mentioned before, Glenn, that I can watch the nightly fireworks from my house? I'll post video sometime. Anyway, so we've never seen it, so we're going to keep them up late and suffer whatever those consequences bring to us the next day, and so we can catch that parade, which, like I said, visually stunning. The music, though. Oh, the music.
It's awesome, right?
It's
the greatest.
It's something. It certainly has an impact. Let's put it that way.
It does.
Yep.
It absolutely does.
Yep. Like nausea.
The thing is, the music they play now is not the original music.
It's not? Well, then why?
No, it's not.
Oh. Okay.
They re-recorded it or
okay.
something. It's
rearranged it.
Yes. So This version might actually. You might actually be.
I'm trying to remember the last time, because this thing, and this is the other thing that drives me insane. This has got to be its sixth retirement. I mean, this thing has like gone away and come back. I remember. I got it. No, you know what? Now I got to vent. So I remember in the '90s, I guess it was probably '90. And people are like, these dudes are old. So mid '90s maybe. Okay. Oh, it's going away. You know, we got all this special merchandise, and I plunked down like $30 or whatever it was for this box with a. I don't know. This is a family-friendly podcast, right? I can't use expletives. With an expletive light bulb in it, the same kind of light bulb that, quite frankly, they probably just got out of a Christmas tree ornament set and plopped in this box and charged me $30. So, you know, like every great sports figure that retires and comes back, it's just so annoying. I told him my phone was going to go off. It's just so annoying. Like, it's gone away and come back. So. Is this it? Is it going away for good? Because if it is, you know,
it's going to Disneyland.
Right, so it's going away.
From Walt Disney World.
Right, so it's gone. It's off the face of the earth, is what I'm saying.
It's going to Disneyland.
Right, so it no longer
be shown in 2017.
So it no longer exists. So yeah, but you know, I do like I will say, you know, I like the feeling and you know when the floats come through. It's just the music. It's just the music just grates on my nerves so much. It's so childish and simple, and it's like when my little kid grabs the kid's xylophone and just like has the stick and starts beating on it. It feels like that. So I'm not sad for that part to go.
You clearly know nothing about music, so
but I'll be there. So this will probably be my last viewing of it because I don't think we'll get out there again before October, just because with little kids it's kind of hard to do late night things. But yeah, so I'm gonna take some photos, some video. Are we sharing photos and video with our 6 listeners out there?
Sure, absolutely. Okay. Why wouldn't we?
I don't know. They're wasting their time with this. They might as well with our photos.
At least we have a shot with the photos.
So, all right, I'll let you know how it goes. But I saw you guys you watched the live stream, which I missed. But that seemed kind of cool to have the cameras on top of the floats and stuff. Right?
It was okay. So it was. So we're watching it, and they say, "Okay, tweet your favorite float to us, and you know, use this hashtag and everything else." And so,
and you're nothing if not a Disney internet suck up. So
absolutely. So I tweeted that my favorite is the train and Mickey's drum. That's my favorite float.
Okay. Well, yeah,
and
of course, right, the drum.
So we're watching it, and it's cool. It's going at normal speed, and so they let a few of the floats go by, all through the Alice in Wonderland ones go through, and then they switched over to the host, who then talks to, I think, interviews one of the Disney parade managers or something, and then throws it over to the co-host, who's talking to regular schmoes in the crowd. So it's like, okay, well, they're clearly just, you know, like taking time up until the next floats come, and then we'll see the rest of the parade. Oh no, you missed like half of the parade. The middle part of the parade, they did not show like a bunch of the floats. And so I went on the blog after, and people were complaining. They're like, what was that? It was like half the parade, and you asked us for our favorite floats. I didn't even get to see mine.
Were you able to get out of bed the next day, or was it?
Yeah.
Was it rough?
No, I'm just saying that the production values for the live stream.
Yeah, but that's. I mean, isn't that always the case with their parade? It seems like anytime I've watched like the Christmas parades and stuff, it seems like they always do that.
Do they?
Seems like it.
If they do, I don't know. It was glaring this time.
Yeah, especially if they're gonna, like you said, if they're gonna ask you, "Hey, what's your favorite float?" Good. Right. We're not showing that one, so enjoy.
I got to
the rest
mine,
of them.
But a lot of people didn't get to see theirs.
And people were really like a lot of people.
Yeah, they were. Well, they sat there in front of their computer and watched this thing. Yeah. So you know, they were upset.
Is it archived in it? Is it like on YouTube or something?
Yeah, I found it on YouTube yesterday or the day before.
I should go back and watch that. I did like the. I mean, maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it got old after the first 2 minutes, but I like the the view from on top of the floats. I thought it was pretty cool seeing the crowds of people.
Yeah, so that was really cool. At the very, very end, they ran the whole route. They showed from the camera on top of the Eagle.
Yeah. Oh,
at the end, they went the whole route up until about midway in Frontierland, and then they shut it off.
Yeah.
I guess they didn't want to get any view of
the backstage,
or
right?
anything like that.
You know what they should do? Have you ever played with current VR at all, like through Google Cardboard or anything?
No, not really. No.
Oh, you should. You should find something like they have like a Cirque du Soleil. Which, by the way, can we have a topic on our list for the Cirque du Soleil show at Disney Springs, and how after 20 years it's still the same show? Can they not find another Cirque du Soleil show?
Well, you don't like the modem sounds that they?
I've seen that show so many times. It's like, anyway, that's another topic. But yeah, I mean, go find like some of the, and you can do the cheap Google Cardboard thing. It's like $20, and you just pop a cell phone in there, like an Android phone, iOS, whatever. And
I have one. It's a BB-8 one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's it, right. So, yeah, I mean, you should check that out. And I don't think Disney's really done much with that. I mean, maybe they have. Maybe, our listeners can let us know if I'm missing something. But that would be a really cool... Because I love that. One of the cool things about the 360 video like that is you get a sense of place, right? It's not just like the front of the camera. You get the whole surround of it. So that'd be kind of cool from a parade perspective like that, I bet. So I don't know if they have that or have it planned, but that'd be pretty sharp.
That would be cool.
So write to your contacts and make that happen.
Mm-hmm. Universal's done it with some of their rides, like the roller coasters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Any of the Harry Potter ones, like the?
No, just the like outdoor.
See episode 0. Okay.
Right.
Oh, cool. Well, so I'll let you know how it goes. It should be fun.
Cool,
I don't know how it's going to be with a 5-year-old and a 5-month-old out there at 10 o'clock at night. But
I'm sure it'll be fine. You won't have any problems.
No, I'm sure anybody with kids is going. Yeah,
it's a shame they don't have that fast pass anymore, where you can.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed about it. I went because I remember it being there. I remember you telling me you used it and it was a good experience. And I went, I'm like, all right, cool. We're actually, we knew a week ahead of time we're going to go, and I'll go sign up. And I didn't see it there. And then I did some Googling and saw some posts back in, I don't know, March or April that said they just kind of disappeared. It seems like they just kind of went away without there being any sort of formal mention of it. But, whatever. Well, thanks to your good advice, we'll try and find a good location to scout it out. I'm not one of those people to camp a spot for 2 hours before the parade. But,
no, I'm not either.
I want to just walk up and be amazed. That's kind of how I want to deal with life. So, all right. Well, I'll let you know how it goes. Looking forward to it.
Cool.
All right. What else do we have? What other corners do we have in this show? Do we have like
I think
we did our.
I think that's pretty much it for the show for Disney. We covered a few of the more newsworthy topics.
So do we have any other general topics? Nothing else we're going to nerd out on?
Not for Disney, no.
Okay.
I think we're done.
Well, cool. Well, this was fun. I guess we'll do this again next week, huh?
Yes.
All right. See ya.
All right.
Bye.
All right, do we have any other topics?
I don't know. Apparently I missed a memo. I didn't know there was a whole segmented thing going. I thought I didn't know. Nobody sent me any paper. I didn't get any.
No, I know. I
didn't get an inner office.
So, is there anything? So Apple has a event coming up next week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh, do they again? Let me guess. Another iPhone.
An iPhone with no ports at all, like no buttons, no nothing. It's just gonna be a slab. Here, figure out how to use it. Chief.
The display won't even light up just because that would be distracting. Right. So it's. I don't know, man. We're gonna have to start a new podcast for this because Oh, Apple. And, talk about love, hate for me. But,
oh, Apple.
Huh?
What? That's what it should be named.
Apple. Oh, sigh, Apple.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, You know how I feel. What do you think? Is this because you're kind of due for a new phone, right? So are you looking?
I
forward to
am.
this?
I have the 6.
Yeah.
Not the 6. The 6. I got it 2 years ago. So like this would be
Not the success.
about the time. Yeah, not the 6S.
You're missing some success.
So okay. The one thing I'm interested in seeing
Yeah.
is the dual camera.
I see what you did there. Yeah, me too. But and as I told somebody yesterday, I said my cell phones have become sort of cameras that do some other things. Just because with being a
Right.
family man, it's kind of what I use it. That's its most important job for me is documenting things. So that would be the one thing that would kind of gravitate me to pay attention to. But otherwise, I don't know. I'm just so kind of bored with their stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed. Like even this one is expected to be the same, pretty much the same exact form factor, right? Which
Yeah, but if it has, correct me if I'm wrong, but if it has like a different, because the pictures I've seen of the leaked quote unquote, it looks like the camera area is going to be different. Like I don't think you can use the same cases though.
right. Well, that's what's unclear is that will both the 6 and the 6 Plus, or excuse me, the 7 and the 7 Plus, will they both have this camera, or will it just be the Plus that has this camera? Because it's kind of the rumors that I heard was, I don't know, but there's been there's been a whole bunch of rumors, so who knows? But
Interesting.
yeah, I didn't think about that. But then why keep it? I mean, I guess there's just no more innovation they can do with the size and the shape or the whatever, other than remove a useful headphone jack. But
Right.
I don't know. And not that I've consciously switched. I mean, because of my job, I use a lot of different technology. But I just I'm using my current gen Samsungs way more and like them better in just almost every respect.
Yeah.
Which is kind of hard because I still love Macs. I still love iPads. It's just as far as the phones go, it's just it seems like they're so stagnant. But the camera quality of the Samsung is just phenomenal, just amazing. So Apple's going to have to do some catch up with that, I think. But I guess we'll see. What, the 7th, right? Next week? Hello? Oh, you muted.
Sorry, I went on mute there.
I did. I heard it. It's like our mics say, I'm muting now.
And I right. I actually pushed it because I actually see it on Audacity here. My little it blipped,
Yeah.
but it didn't come off mute.
Yeah, crazy.
So I had to hit it again.
Yeah. Anyway.
So
I don't know. I guess we'll see. So do you think you'll get? Well, I guess if you're due for an upgrade and you have no interest in Android, you or anybody else, then I guess it's probably likely you're gonna get it, right?
yeah, I mean, I have a company phone, so it depends
right,
on
right.
when they are going to upgrade. But yeah, I'm because of I know a guy in IT
know a guy.
that if we get a couple to test
Yeah.
for the company,
Oh, I see how it goes.
I'll be one of the
Yeah.
testers. And,
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing, for me, I usually get them because kind of a similar situation, even though I think I end up paying for them myself, but because, we make software for both platforms, I feel like I need to use both, so I know what they both, what both kind of feel like.
Sure.
So, I think I've gotten every iPhone generation, not every model, but every generation. Unless the camera's really captivating, I may just skip this one for the first time ever.
Well, I don't. Well, we don't even know yet, right? We don't know what it's going to be. It might be something fascinating or not. But if it's not, if it's just another generation, I kind of hope people do vote with their wallets and don't buy it and show Apple that we're waiting. We're waiting for something to blow our minds.
Yeah. That's what it feels like. I mean, it's kind of hard to criticize them there. I mean, they make more money than any other company in history, but those that pay attention to the details in the history know that that's really because it's just inertia from, from the Steve Jobs era, pretty much.
Sure.
And nothing against Tim Cook, but it's they haven't had the same sense of fire that they had before, and I'm sure it's hard. I mean, it's hard to maintain. You gotta You got to please a lot of different people for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah.
It's actually easier when you're on the verge of bankruptcy and you got nothing to lose and you can,
Right.
just throw whatever crazy stuff and really go for broke. But, I feel bad for Tim.
Yeah,
in a way, it's
but-
because he has nowhere to go but down. I mean, there's no way once you're the most profitable organization in the known galaxy, where can you go but down? So,
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah.
No, you had some. What?
No,
So-
I mean, even when Steve Jobs was still there, right?
Mhm.
And they were at that time they were a huge company and insanely profitable and everything else, but he still there was somebody driving it,
Mhm.
somebody with
Right,
passion,
right.
somebody just thinking of stuff to
Yep.
do, and there's none of it. Now they have essentially an accountant
Right.
running the place, and,
Right.
he's doing good because he's not losing money.
He's an operations
keeping
guy,
things.
right? I mean,
yeah. And so it's like
Right.
you kind of need a
Yeah.
nut job or whatever, somebody who with passion,
Yeah.
who has a vision and wants to.
Well, that's the real problem, right? Is that they
Right.
have, and I don't blame them, but I mean, let's assume for a second that I still appreciate Johnny Ives' design decisions. Where has he been over the last year or two? You really don't hear anything about him, and I think, just my personal opinion, I think I think he's there pretty much in name only at this point. I don't think he really has a whole lot, that he's working on day to day, especially based on some of their recent design choices.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Apple battery case.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and
The-
the pencil charging mechanism for the iPads. I mean, there's just been some really odd things that come out of it. So I think the problem is they have no new blood really happening. It's like
Right.
they can't give up who they are, but that's kind of what they need to do. And so unless they're willing to really do some crazy things, then it just gets more and more stale and just gets slower and slower and slower. So.
But they're not even upgrading their hardware on the
Yeah.
Mac side.
Yeah, and that's the frustrating thing about them, at least for me, as being a long time, since Macs became Macs, being a fan, is that a lot of us worry about is that they've become an iPad company, right? That's where
Right.
they're focusing them, and it would be fine. I have an iPad Pro, and I got it with this hope and this dream they sold me that this is the future of computing, and now this is a new platform and this big screen, and it's so I had all this vision. Then a whole year went by, an entire year went by, and then new iOS comes out, and there is nothing in the new iOS that does anything to further the notion that an iPad is the next gen, PC replacement kind of thing. And it's like, what are you doing? Is it or isn't it? Where are you going? So, and Macs they've done nothing with. So I don't know. It's very frustrating, but still, there's nothing better. I mean, I tried the first 6 months of this year going back to Windows, and there's some good stuff happening there. I like some things are going, but it's still just too rough and not Unixy enough for me. But we'll see. I guess we'll see, right?
Yeah.
Time will tell. We'll just have to wait and see. But I would like a new Mac for sure. more than a new iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
All right.
it's kind of a downer today, man. But yeah.
It's all right.
It's a
I
world.
didn't intend it
Yeah,
to
no.
be
Yeah,
that
it's just
way.
what it is. But we need some excitement. The problem is both of those topics we got, between Apple and Disney, they both have kind of the same problem, which is we both kind of love the
Yeah.
history of them, and they're kind of stuck in their new world that doesn't match with that. So,
Right.
But what we should do sometime? Let's talk about Sony cameras, and then that's nothing but upside.
Nice.
So,
Yes.
all right, cool.
So, can we discuss our fantasy football teams?
Oh my God, I've been waiting. I got my
Good.
I got 6 different tabs open here of all my
Do you?
player stats of the sports
Awesome.
ball, and
Awesome.
I'm going for this.
Who's going to be your pitcher this week?
I'm picking a corner lineman for the field
Nice.
jumper, and
and who's your goalie?
my goalie, yeah, and I'm trying to think of the positions for that. Oh darn it, the curling. Yeah, I wish I knew more of the curling terminology. I would
Curling.
throw
Oh
that
my
out
God!
there,
When they come out for the extra point.
Yeah, whatever.
and they
I
have
hate
to
this
do the
time of year.
curling.
I love this time of year, but I hate this time of year. It's stupid. Nothing but sports ball conversation from everybody. It's like, I need a time machine that takes me back to like the 50s when baseball was the thing that everybody gave a bleep about. A good sport is, God intended.
That's certainly not the case today.
No, it is not. Definitely is not. Are you big in the fantasy thing? You got a thing happening?
No, not at all.
Oh, I thought you. Well, then why are you bringing it up? Like you're trying to make fun of me.
To mess with you,
Yeah,
yes.
I know.
Actually,
Somebody at work was going to do one that I almost joined because it was basically you pick a team, and when your team loses in whatever week, what are there, 16 weeks?
16.
That's amazing.
Well,
it's amazing I even know that.
17 calendar weeks, but 16.
Right.
Every team
has a bye
plays
week,
16
right?
regular season games.
Yeah, I know things. And so basically, that's all you had to do is pick a team, and then you were in the running until your team lost a game, and then you were out. So
I thought that
I'm like, even that I could do. So
yeah, that's pretty cool.
I mean, I can't even find the time to follow things I want to follow. So,
Right. So that seems pretty simple, right?
yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
It's like roulette. Put something down on a table. Okay, 13. I'll take that one. Double zero.
I like their uniforms.
Yeah,
They're stylish.
it's a good strong color. All right, sports ball.
All right.
Oh, but I gotta say, but it looks like the Saints lost, by the way. And you gotta stop posting these
What do you
scores on
mean?
Twitter because
What?
I'm like, spoiler alert.
Oh, I
you know?
haven't. Oh, please, like you care.
But I might. What if I
Jeez.
did one day? And then suddenly,
my God.
like now I guess I don't have
That's
to watch
actually-
that game.
It's actually what is that? If this, then that.
Oh, really? You set up something like that?
I set it up so when ESPN
Oh, that's so funny.
posts the final score, it sends out a tweet.
That's so funny. I thought you were like, why does he do this? He's just like sitting
No.
waiting for the game to end. And he's like, I'm gonna post, first. I'm gonna post the score first before anybody else.
No.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Where can people follow you on Twitter, by the way?
I am at Dizwiz, Dizwiz.
There you go. Are we gonna have a Twitter handle for a Twitter? What do the kids call it? A Twitter
We
thing?
have a Twitter handle.
We do already?
Twitter. Yes, we do.
Oh, that's right. You told me that. Man, I really should pay attention to the meetings.
It is
All right.
at Tron_FM.
Not affiliated with Walt Disney Productions.
What? It's just the abbreviation of the name of the show.
It's just 4 letters. People can use those 4
Right.
letters.
I don't understand.
All right. You have
happens
a
to
lot of
form a
editing
word.
to do for this show,
A lot. Like it might take 6 weeks for.
There's some good
for this
stuff here,
to be-
though. Don't
No, I
you gotta
know, I'm
keep it.
joking.
What are you editing?
What,
this? You doing
what
this?
is your Audacity? Everything's in Audacity.
Well, no, okay. Why do I have to get that kind of tone from you? I'm just this is the kind of banter we need to keep in this because this is the stuff people are like. Oh yeah, I got to listen to this. These guys are nuts.
What is your Twitter handle, sir?
No, it doesn't matter. I don't post anything of any interest, so don't worry about it. Follow at Dizwiz and the look in the show notes for the show thing because I didn't take notes. What was it at Tron_FM? Is that what you said?
Yes, I believe.
I'm sorry, not at Tron, at Turon. Do you want to get sued?
At TRON_FM.
Can we get Sherry
It's just
Bobbins?
random letters.
Can we get Sherry
that relate.
Sherry Bobbins on the Twitter? Is that a handle we can get? Is it a handle? Is that what they call it?
Oh my
What is
God,
the
that
Twitter
would be-
thing called? It's a handle?
Yeah, I think can.
See, I don't want to say that because it reminds me of like the CB days.
Oh, they have if you set your TiVo
Yeah.
for they had a documentary on Smokey and the Bandit
Oh dear.
called The Bandit, and
Oh,
it's
God.
really good.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
You ought to watch it.
Oh, I'm sure. So when CB's, just a complete other tangent. So were you a CompuServe user? Maybe not because it was pretty
Yes.
pricey. Were you? Because it was
Yeah.
pretty expensive.
But I had to be very careful
Yeah, right,
because
And back in the old days, you couldn't just go on the internet
Yeah.
whenever you wanted.
right.
So no, somebody was talking about it. Might have been on Twit. They were talking about the CompuServe, and they mentioned the CB simulator, which I hadn't thought of in forever. But do you remember they had that?
No,
I think that was
I
in
do
CompuServe.
not.
Maybe it was in AOL. Anyway, it was one of those first time things. But it was like it's basically a chat that everybody just got into. But it was called the CB simulator, which of course would never happen today because it'd be like, what's a CB? What is that?
Right.
But that shows the error. It's like, well, how are people going to know what this is? Well, I don't know. It's called, people know what CBs are. Let's make it like that. Good times, good times. So anyway, that was a tangent on my tangent. What were we talking about? The Twitters?
I have no idea. Yeah, your Twitter.
Somebody should do a mind map of these shows. The Twitters. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, don't follow me.
You're
you.
at CB Gray.
No, you can't do that.
Yes, I can.
All right, there's nothing
People
interesting. It's like tumbleweeds blowing through the Sahara.
It's the greatest
you can
nuggets of information
hours
that you
a day.
could ever want to read.
Hours a day on there. Cool. All right. Do we have outro music? I haven't heard it. When does it start playing?
Hold on. You ready? Here it goes.
Da-da-da-da.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Terrific Recordings of Nothing. Follow Chris on Twitter and Instagram at CBGray, and Glenn on Twitter and Instagram at DizWiz. Follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at Tron_FM, and on Facebook at Terrific Recordings of Nothing. For all things related to the show, including show notes and links to connect with us, visit us at Tron.fm.